Welcome to the Homebuyer Prep Report, prepared especially for you by Sharla Collins of Sunflower Real Estate. My daughter Lexi said something fascinating to me the other day. In her 12-year-old wisdom, she exclaimed, "Mom, it shouldn't be so hard to buy a home." Well, I guess she's listened enough and thinks that it should just be as easy as finding the one you like, paying for it, and then you're done. Wouldn't that be the perfect world? In reality, buying a home can have a lot of hurdles, and I thought I would share some tips with you that may help you avoid some of the pitfalls that me and my daughter have seen some of my clients go through. I hope you find this information helpful. A lot of buyers, especially this time of year, are using their tax refund to help with the upfront costs of buying their home. That is great news. But it can also be bad news if you don't spend your money wisely. It is important to know the things that can and can't help you when you're ready to buy your new home. So these are some tips that I've borrowed from lenders and just learned throughout my years in real estate. Please verify with your own lender if you have any questions pertaining to your own personal situation. Tip number one. Do not finance anything just prior to or during your loan process for a home. This is a big one. So many times a buyer gets excited, buys a car or a whole kitchen full of appliances or even new furniture, but then decides to buy a home. Well, after you just financed that $35,000 car or the furniture and appliances, which added a monthly payment to your debt, it can drastically reduce the amount of money that you can borrow for your home. Quite possibly even be the deal breaker on that perfect home you've always dreamt of. So if you're serious, a little self-control and constraint on the spending will go a long way to accomplishing your real estate goals. Don't assume that you have bad credit. A lot of factors go into determining your mortgage loan worthiness. It takes a mortgage loan professional to counsel you and look at your unique situation to guide you in the right direction. I have had clients believe they were not ready, when in fact they actually were. If you're pondering the idea, it is worth talking to your lender and see just where you stand. Tip number three. Be prepared for your earnest money, inspection money, and appraisal money in the first 10 days of your transaction. Now, a good rule of thumb is to have about $1,500 to $2,500, depending on the amount of home you purchase, saved up for what I like to call your upfront costs. Now, this money is in addition to your down payment and closing costs. Keep in mind, closing costs can be negotiated to be paid by the seller on your behalf with an acceptable offer. Number four, stay employed. A lender will look at how long you've been employed, and if your job is new, they will look at how long you have been in that line of work. In the event that you are mid-loan, it is very, very important to not change jobs or quit. Believe it or not, it happens. Tip number five, do not apply for new credit while you are going through the home loan process either. Applying for new credit can bring your scores down and may even halt the deal right before closing because the underwriter always verifies your information again. Now, this is a sad day when this happens. Number six, be aware of any liens that may have been placed against you. These will be found on a title search. You can't escape them, and just know that if one is found, it will have to be paid before the home can close. A good example of a lien would be a tax lien, which is always number one. If you have any outstanding taxes that haven't been paid, chances are you'll have a lien. So just know, again, that will have to be paid before you can close on your home. Know that not all loans require 20% down. That's great news. I can't tell you how many people fall under the spell of this notion. You can buy a home for as little as 3.5% down and even no money down if you're a veteran or in the military. Some buyers will even qualify for down payment assistance loans. It is important to research your options and know before you go house hunting. My goal is really to be a resource for you or anyone you know who is looking to buy or sell their home. If you would like to ask me any questions, I am always available, and if I don't know the answer, I can sure point you to someone who does. Thank you again for listening to my Home Buyers Prep Report. I hope you learned something. Now, if you don't mind, I have a few questions for you. If you have purchased a home, I want to know how long did it take you to prepare for and find it? And if you're preparing to buy a home now, what steps have you taken? You can email your answers to charlahelpsmehome@gmail.com. You saw it bounce across the bottom of the screen just a few minutes ago. This home buyer's prep report was made for you by me, Sharla Collins, with Sunflower Real Estate. Please give me a call anytime at 316-665-0010. Visit me at www.charla.buywithsunflower.com or email me at charlahelpsmehome@gmail.com. I hope to hear from you guys soon.